this would have been fun to drive, but I can't really blame him. Mr. McBride was not in the mood to drive on this very narrow road here with that on the left and very sheer drop on the right. So I will not hold that against him. But what he said, because he walked ahead to see what was up here, he said that he found a shaft up here, as well as probably what was an adit and some other interesting things. So he's getting his gear together, and I'm going to cruise up here and check this out. Alright, we're coming up on the site now, and this road is something else. And from the looks of it, not everybody made it out of here. There's the remains of a car right there. You'd be hard pressed to make it out of here, actually. You might make it in, but I don't think you'd make it out in a vehicle like that. You got those cars right there. And I was walking away. I noticed there's another one down there. This is a rough spot. So you've got the cars right there. I'm up on some rocks here, and there's a shaft or something dropping down that way. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's an adit in the front right there. I'll check in a minute. Behind me here, there's a ton of rock piled up. So I would imagine maybe they did some surface work here or something, but they obviously did some work here because there's a lot of material piled up. Okay, there are the cars there. I'm continuing down the road. I see a large waste rock pile there. And so I would bet a lot that there is something off to my left here. Yes, indeed. So that's what we were looking down on. Back there. Let's go check that out. Okay, and heading back in here. A little tricky. Requires a little bit of scrambling. Okay, this is definitely a shaft. Let's see. And it's flooded. I'll lean out a bit here. That's deeply flooded. Can't tell how far back it went from here, but I can see where that's been carved out on the sides, and that's fairly deep. I notice there's something up here as well. Let's go check that out. I don't fall down the shaft. There's that quartz vein there falling right there. Okay, this is just a little pocket they cleared out. You see the drill hole right there, though. Just in case you doubted me that this was man-made. And that's looking back where we came from. So we'll carry on. Okay, so that shaft is right there. And it looked like it might have come in from down here by the river or creek. I see some stuff leveled off down there. And that looks promising as well. So I'm going to cruise down here and see if there's anything down there. Okay, I am at the bottom now, and yes, there is something down here. As you can see up here. There's, oh, it's dry actually. I was expecting unpleasantness and flooding. And obviously the river does come in here because you can see all the debris and such just piled up. And okay, looks like it goes up there and pinches off right about where that shaft is actually. Or maybe it just stops. It actually looks like it just stops right there. And like right on the other side of that is where that shaft was. Interesting. It looked like people were storing stuff in here, and I don't know, didn't take into account how high the river gets or something, I don't know. But it's a mess in here, that's for sure. Okay, we're down right along the river now. And another adit has been located up here. Doesn't look very big, but you gotta check them all. Yeah, it looks like it just goes back there and stops, but it might go bend to the right, so this one's gonna suck.
Worse than this?
What's that?
Looks like cave's worse than this?
Oh yeah, been way worse than this.
feel like I'm gonna leave the tools out here. Okay. I'm gonna go mine.
Okay, it just stops right here.
Really?
Yeah, goes as expected, goes back there and just stops. So, not worth continuing.
Okay.
Alright, I don't know if you can tell or not, but there's also a mine across the river. You see some of the waste rock there, and big waste rock pile there. And so we'll make our way across and check that out, and way up the mountain, and then also over are some other historic mines as well. But I don't think we have time for that today, so I'm just going to concentrate on this one here, which it looks promising with that size of waste rock pile. Okay, I'm across the river now, and I'll be making my way up and checking out what is up here. There's a very old trail I'm walking on right now. I had to throw the waders on to get across, so that's the rustling swish swish sound you hear. There's all kinds of metal and equipment back here, and so I'm thinking there's got to be something for us back here. An old saw right there. Looks like it. Nah, maybe, I don't know. Okay, there's a cut here in the rock, and it looks like there's something going back this way. You see the timbers and such across down there. So that looks promising. And then this looks like a waste rock pile here that extends up the hill where those pipes are. So this looks promising too. Okay, I just got a blast of cold air and another one, and sure enough, there's something here. There's some seriously cold air coming out of here. Whoa, that's impressive. So if you look down there, that I imagine is where that cut I saw comes in, and then it looks like it extends up into this huge open stope right here. This is a really large open stope. I'm impressed. And I just noticed a bunch of quartz right there, so obviously that's why they started working here. Alright, I've got that large open stope behind me, and then I'm going to follow this track farther up the hill to see if there's anything else. Okay, I've gone up a little ways, and sure enough, here is another one. Oh man, this one's even deeper. This is enormous. So it goes way down there. I don't even see the bottom. And over there as well. I'll see if I can illuminate it with a flashlight. No, I can't even illuminate it with a flashlight. That goes beyond flashlight range. I'll throw a rock down there. And extends all the way up here. There's some really big open stopes. Okay, after several tries, I finally got a rock in the slot right there, and it just kept falling until it went out of earshot. I didn't hear it hit bottom, so that goes way down. Okay, a little bit higher up, and another big pit here. I'm assuming these are open stopes. Somebody might say this is surface mining, but I think that there were adits that were punching in, so I would say they're open stopes. And you see all kinds of metal and stuff going down the hillside here, the cables and such. Looks like there might be something up there as well. I'll go check real quick. But you can see all the quartz and stuff lying around. And then, I don't know if that was part of a tram system or what over there. And that's where we came from. Rugged country back here, but it's beautiful. Okay, given the amount of waste rock, I'd say there's something else up here. I'm gonna keep climbing. There's a section of pipe right there. And as you can see, pretty steep climb back here. Okay, another one of those huge open stopes. You can see all the anchors and stuff they have around here. And I'm just gonna check up there real quick, see if there's anything more. It looks like this just keeps going all the way up the mountain. Okay, there's another cut right here. Looks like more going up the mountain there. I think you guys get the idea. I don't feel a need to document every one of these, but in front of us here is a shaft. Could be an air shaft, goes straight down. Gonna grab a rock here and let's have a listen. Okay, I just stopped. Not too far. I wonder if that connects. I'm not sure what that ties into.
What is it?
Mr. McBride has just located a hamburger.
Hamburger pick.
Mr. McBride has just located a hammer pick.
I will gladly trade you this today for a burger next Tuesday.
And that would suggest they had rail here.
Yeah.
And the adit is right there behind him. And so I'm thinking that was the haulage adit for all the big stopes above. There's shafts up there, big stopes. I mean, it's
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's really extensive up there. So
yeah, dude. Right, that was sticking right on the bottom of the bush.
that is awesome. Well, I want to cool off, so I'm gonna go. I'm going to check this out.
You should see the one I found in Nevada. The one I found in Nevada was like brand new.
Yeah, it was in good shape.
It was literally like unused.
All right, so I got a bunch of rock piled up there.
Son of a bitch.
Timber. A bit damp here. Looks like it's flooded up ahead.
Yeah, your mom hates them, right?
And of course it's flooded. I can't tell how deep that is, but I'm gonna find out. All right, this obviously ties into those open stopes. You can even see the daylight up ahead. All right, they're very flooded. Very, very flooded. Yeah, actually just follow Chuck up because it's dry that way.
Right.
Alright, this bottom is somewhat tricky actually. It looks flat and level, but it's deceptive because it's a very thin layer of sand on top of a bunch of jagged rocks. So it's hard going, but that's where we're going. We're going to come up on the bottom of one of those open stopes that we look down. That still looks new. That's a big chunk of quartz. You guys feel that breeze whipping through here? It is windy. So the adit keeps running that way, but I can't go that way. It's going to be tough, but I can squeeze out there. I'm going to have to turn the camera off, and I will rejoin you after I've squeezed through that. That was not easy. I just maneuvered my way up through that crack right there, and I am now at the bottom of one of those open stopes. That's where we were looking down from earlier, way up there. That's probably 45 feet up, and got some ancient rusted rail in front of me here and here. And I'm going to go ahead a little ways and see how it looks up there. Alright, tough getting through that. Show you another look. that's where I squeezed in from, and I promise it's very tight. So the principle of these is really simple. Basically they would punch an adit or tunnel in from the bottom and just drop all the material down, and obviously they followed a vein all the way to the surface, and they just hauled all the material out that used to be here. Obviously it must have been mostly quartz, and it looks like I just noticed, it looks like they cut some steps into the sides here, because there's one there, there. Those aren't natural. Those look like they were carved out. So that's interesting. More rail up here, there. So I'm kind of curious how that worked in here. There's a big piece right in front of me here. So I'll push back a little ways and report back if there's anything interesting. This is a cool view. You can see I've got these rails and timbers here in front of me, and they extend up through this open stope here to the outside, and then to where it's capped off there, and then until it rejoins the outside world again. So there's sort of an arch there, which I believe I was actually walking across that earlier. A stole right there. There's one of the yeah.
Is there another entrance down here, or is this the only one?
I just noticed when you came in and made me look back, I noticed there's another one about 20 feet below you, right there. Oh. I'm glad you're standing there, man. It provides good scale. It's hard to describe how big this is, but with you standing there, it helps. So yeah, you're standing in one entrance. There's another one just below you, and then the one I came in is down there. I was trying to figure out how all these rails and everything fit in, because I would think they would be underneath the rubble, but now I'm thinking that maybe they were taken out through that middle entrance because they're on the right level for that. Like maybe there's a trestle system in here or something to take them out. You feel that cold air blasting up?
Yeah, it feels really nice.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so again, that's where I just came out of, and I'm following a big waste rock pile that extends out this way. I'll go see if there's anything else out there. I just had a thought about all this pipe and such here, and I was wondering if it was used as some sort of chute to send the quartz and such down from the upper levels, because that's up there ways and it's really steep. So that's one possibility, and again, it also is possible I could have used a tram. Hard to say at this point because it's so degraded. That is a lot of cable. That would be extremely difficult to carry. And that is a very large waste rock pile. Okay, that's where that huge pile of cable was. And you see this rock wall here. I'm following a road or a trail up here, and it looks like there was a structure here. This looks like it may have been part of the foundation for it. Yeah, definitely a structure here. You can see all the wood and such piled up here. There's some tin. Don't know what it was. It's just too much time has passed to be able to tell its function at this point. But there's definitely a structure here, and it looks like there may have been more up here actually. Yeah, there's something here on the right. I don't know. It almost looks like a root cellar. It could have been explosive storage. Could have had some machinery here. Who knows? Followed that road a little bit farther and came to this, which looks like the remains of an old dredging claim. Although now it's just probably used as a nice campsite. It certainly is that. Yeah, I'd say it's used as a campsite now. Although miners certainly do drink. I don't usually see them drink wine though. Got the grills set up over there. Insect traps there. And great place to sleep right here. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. And you got a river, and all the water you want right here. And a nice swimming hole right there.